Morning, my name is Dylan. I'm a physician assistant student and I'll be taking care of you today.
Okay, great.
Okay? So, let's start off by what is your name?
My name is Brittany.
Brittany, okay. And last name?
Julia.
Julia. Okay. What was your date of birth?
My date of birth, 1954, November 21st.
Okay. Alright. And what brings you here today?
Well, I've been watching a lot of TV lately, and I noticed this, blurriness when I watch it. It just starts becoming blurry in the middle.
Okay. Alright. And what do you do for work?
For work, I'm retired.
Okay. Is there any other general health that we should know about prior to this? Anything in the past? Is your general health been good, would you say?
I have high blood pressure.
Blood pressure. Okay. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. Are you single, married, divorced?
No, never been married.
Okay. And besides the high blood pressure, is there any other significant past medical history that we should know about?
Like what?
Diabetes, diagnosis of cancer, or anything like that?
No cancer.
Okay. So, when you were watching a lot of TV, when would you say that you noticed that you started to have blurry vision? Was it a couple of days ago, weeks ago,
Probably like the last week.
last week?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what were you doing when the symptoms began? Were you just sitting on the couch and it just kind of all of a sudden happened?
Yeah, well, maybe a week before that, I noticed that when I was driving, there was some squiggly lines going on. The signs just didn't look right. The sign, like the stop sign, instead of it having straight lines like it usually does, it was kind of blurred. It was kind of wavy in a sense.
Did you drive here today?
No, I didn't
Okay.
because I've been having that blurry vision. I took a lift.
Okay. A lift. Okay, great. Thank you for doing that. And have you done anything to make it better? Or is there anything that makes it worse?
So I tried wearing my glasses more, but that doesn't seem to help. Even when I watch TV, I can't focus. Like, it just doesn't seem to focus good. And so I tried wearing my glasses when I watch TV and while I read the paper, but it's not really making it any better.
Is there anything that makes it worse?
Probably when I watch TV a little too long, but
Okay.
that's pretty much it. Just can't seem to put those game shows down.
They are entertaining.
They are.
Alright, so you said it happened within the last week or so. Has it been getting progressively worse, gradually worse, or has it just kind of maintained the same blurry vision?
I think, first it started off just a little bit, and then maybe it's spreading a little bit more. Like when I watch TV, maybe the blurriness is getting a little bit larger.
Okay. Has this ever happened to you before?
No, never.
There's no pain going on in the eyes?
No pain.
Okay. And usually when you watch this TV, is it in the morning, afternoon, night?
Usually in the middle of the day, like afternoon sometimes. Sometimes I watch it at nighttime.
Give me 1 second here. So normally, how is your vision? Do you wear those glasses just for reading, or do you wear them normally?
Sometimes I just wear them, off and on. No really consistent pattern, but because I was seeing the blurriness on the TV, I started to put them on a little bit more. And then when I noticed the blurry lines when I was driving, I wore them also.
And when was your last eye examination?
Last year.
Okay.
Maybe March.
At what age did you start wearing glasses?
Oh, I've been wearing glasses since I was probably 5.
You notice any redness, excessive tearing?
No, no redness, no tearing.
Any spots or specks in your vision?
Couple spots, I would say, or specks. I don't know really what the difference between the spots and the specks are, but
Okay. No worries. Just really the kind of curvy lines, right?
curvy lines,
Curvy
and it's just really fuzzy and blurry.
No flashing lights, though?
No flashing lights.
Okay. Do you have glaucoma or cataracts? Have you ever been diagnosed with those two?
No.
No. All right. And are you taking any medications currently?
Well, I take this medication for my high blood pressure.
And do you know the name of that one?
I wish I could remember it. But no, I don't know the name.
You take that once a day? Twice a day?
Once a day, in the morning. Just one pill. I think it's it's a little white pill about this big.
Okay. And are you good about taking that every day?
Oh, yes.
Okay. If you don't take it, do you notice anything right away?
I usually take it every day.
Okay, great. Any allergies to any medications or food?
I'm allergic to sulfa
Sulfa?
and iodine.
Iodine. How old were you when a reaction occurred to those two things?
I think I was about 30 years old when both of them.
What type of reaction happened? Did you get a rash or nausea?
Oh, I'm so old now. I don't remember.
That's okay.
I just remember them telling me not to take it anymore because I just didn't feel very good.
And how come you were on those two things?
Why did I take that? I don't even know. They gave it to me for something.
Okay.
I can't remember. That was so long ago. That was many years ago.
No worries. All right. Do you have any latex allergies?
No,
Iodine?
just iodine.
Okay. Yeah. Chlorhexidine?
Nope.
So you said really it's just been the hypertension that you've had in the past, but as a child, did you have any illnesses?
Chickenpox.
Chickenpox? Any measles?
No, no measles.
Mumps?
Nope.
Rheumatic fever?
No.
Scarlet fever?
No.
Polio?
No.
Psychiatric disorders?
No.
Okay. And did you have all the immunizations as a child as well that you know of?
I think I had them all when I was a child.
Polio?
Yeah.
Do you know how old you were?
Oh, I think I was a baby.
Baby.
Yeah, I was a baby when I had those shots.
So you had measles, mumps, rubella, flu shot,
Mm-hmm.
tetanus, diphtheria,
Mm-hmm.
pertussis, hepatitis, pneumococcal. Okay.
Yep, all to my knowledge.
You said you have no recollection of being diagnosed with diabetes, correct?
Diabetes, no.
Tuberculosis, heart disease,
Nope.
lung disease,
Nope.
kidney disease,
Nope.
thyroid disease, HIV, seizures,
No.
cancer,
Nope.
asthma or hepatitis.
Nope.
Is there any accidents or injuries that happened to you in the past? Have you broken any bones or any car accidents?
I was in a car accident one time. And some car just drove right into the side of mine. That was probably the only car accident that I had.
You know when that was?
Maybe 2008.
Did you have to go to the hospital after that?
No, I didn't, but my neck was really, really killing me. But
Did you take anything for it at that time?
I did. I just took some Advil.
Okay. And how long did it take for that pain to subside?
Probably like a month. where I didn't have to take any more Advil after a month. So it only lasted about a month.
And you don't get any pain there now?
No, neck is fine.
Have you ever had any admissions to the hospital? Or any surgeries, maybe?
Surgery, yes.
Yes?
I had my hip replaced.
All right. When was this?
This was 5 years ago. And I remember I did stay in the hospital for that.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, I stayed in the hospital. I think I stayed in there about 3 days.
Okay.
It was this left hip. Oh, and I also had my right knee replaced. Probably about 3 years before then.
And what did you take after those 2 surgeries?
I had Percocet. They gave me Percocet.
Okay. And did you have any complications from those 2 surgeries?
Some stiffness in my knee, but nothing that required them to go back in there. It was just a little stiff.
Okay. And how do you find that you're walking now?
Oh, just fine. This left knee is bothering me just a little bit, but other than that, they're fine.
Okay. I'm going to ask you about some more immunizations, so just bear with me, all right?
Okay.
All right. Have you ever had the Zoster vaccine?
I have.
Okay. Have you ever had mammography done?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Do you know when your last one was?
2 years ago.
Have you ever had a colonoscopy?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
When was that?
5 years ago.
Not the most pleasant thing.
No. It was awful.
Okay. There's no atypical findings?
No.
No. You ever had a pap smear done?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. When was the last one?
Years ago. Maybe about 15 years ago.
You ever had a DEXA scan?
No.
TB test?
Yes.
When was that performed?
Let's see. I volunteered at the school maybe 7 years ago. So 7 years ago.
Okay. And have you ever had a cholesterol test done?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And you said, oh yeah. Does that mean that you are worried about your cholesterol levels?
No, I'm not worried, but I do like to get them done because I had a history with my dad who has high cholesterol and high blood pressure. So I like to get it checked just to make sure.
When was your last test done?
At my annual physical last year.
You ever had an occult blood test or blood stool test done?
No.
Alright, so now I'm going to ask you some personal questions. If anything gets a little uncomfortable, just let me know.
Okay.
Alright. At what age did you get your first period?
10 years old.
And how often and how long is your typical menstrual cycle?
Oh, I'm trying to think back. I don't really remember. It's been a very long time since I had one.
Alright. So have you entered menopause?
Yes.
Okay. And at what age did that?
50.
Did you experience any postmenopausal bleeding? Or have you?
No.
Do you still? No? Okay. Any amenorrhea?
No.
Do you have a history of any STIs?
No.
Have you ever been pregnant before?
Nope.
All right, so going back onto that family history, you said your dad had high cholesterol. Could you tell me more about maybe your grandparents, if you know what they might have had?
Yeah, I think so. My mom's mom was pretty healthy. She's gone now, and my grandfather, he died of Alzheimer's disease. They're both gone.
Okay.
And my dad's parents, I don't really know them too well, but they lived a long, happy life from what I've heard.
Okay.
They're both gone also.
Okay. And how old is your father?
My father is 75.
And your mother?
She's 75 also.
Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have 2 brothers.
Do they have any past medical history?
My mom has hypertension, and my dad, on top of his hypertension and high cholesterol, he had this blindness in his left eye.
Do you know when that took place?
No, he probably when he was like 60, I remember.
Remember how that happened, by any chance?
It kind of made me nervous because I think he just started seeing blurriness and stuff. So,
And he's still blind in that one eye?
and he's still blind in that one eye.
Okay, I'm going to ask you another list of questions, okay?
Okay.
Have you ever had any headaches,
No headaches.
seizure disorders,
Nope.
stroke,
No.
mental illness,
No.
any suicidal thoughts,
No.
or substance abuse?
No.
Thyroid disease?
Nope.
Coronary artery disease?
No.
Any asthma or lung disease?
No.
Renal disease?
Nope.
Arthritis?
You have some arthritis.
You have arthritis.
I have arthritis in all 4 of these fingers.
In both hands?
Just this one.
Okay. Do you know of any genetically transmitted diseases?
No.
So now I'm going to do a little bit more background about you, okay? So where were you born?
In Alabama.
Alabama. How would you describe your childhood?
It was pretty fun growing up with my 2 brothers. We lived in the house with my mom and my dad. I went to school and learned some stuff. Pretty fun.
What was your highest level of education?
I went to college.
College. Okay. And what did you do before you retired?
Before I retired, I was a school teacher.
What grade?
2nd grade.
2nd grade. Do you miss it?
I do.
You did?
I really, sometimes I'll go and volunteer there at some of the elementary schools because I do miss the little kids. They bring joy into my life since I don't have any
Sure.
of my own.
Okay. All right, so a little bit about your living environment. Do you live in an apartment, a house?
I live in an apartment.
Apartment, okay. Do you have to go up steps every day?
Nope, elevator.
Elevator. So you live on just one floor?
No, I live on the 6th floor of the building, but I take an elevator up.
But there's no steps in your actual
In my apartment, no.
Okay. Is there anybody else that's living with you there?
I live alone. I do have a dog.
Dog, okay. Do you feel safe at home?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any recent or long-term stressors in your life?
Other than not being able to see clearly, that's kind of worrying me. But other than that, no, not so much.
Were you ever in the military?
Yeah.
And how would you describe your financial situation?
I'm comfortable.
Comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. What do you do in your free time or leisure activities? I mean, besides volunteering, as you said, at the school, anything else?
I like to play cards with my girlfriends.
Okay.
We get together and play some gym rummy and some poker every now and then.
All right. Got to keep it interesting.
I go to church on Sundays
Church
too,
on
so
Sundays.
I hang out with my church folks on Sunday afternoon.
And what denomination do you affiliate with?
It's a non-denominational church.
And what would you say your sleeping habits are like? What time do you go to bed? Do you sleep through the night? About what time do you wake up?
I go to bed pretty late some nights, maybe like midnight.
Midnight? Okay.
I don't wake up in the morning until about 8 o'clock, so I get a good night's sleep.
Good. Okay, so now I'm just going to go through some activities of daily living. All right, so it's kind of just like basic stuff.
Okay.
Do you bathe yourself?
I do.
Okay. You dress yourself?
Mhm.
Go to the bathroom yourself?
Yep.
And you feed and grocery shop for yourself as well?
Sometimes I do that thing where you can order it on the computer and have it sent to me. I do that sometimes.
I know my mom does that too.
Really?
Yeah, she does.
It's so helpful. I like to try that Amazon one. I think Amazon has a new one. Yeah.
I think I did hear they were coming out with something like that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try that one next.
Yeah.
Because Amazon is doing big things.
You'll have to let me know how it goes.
I will.
Okay. Do you do your own laundry?
I do.
Okay. And your own bills?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And your own housekeeping too?
Yeah.
Great. Do you have any food restrictions in your diet?
I don't eat red meat.
Okay.
Just by choice. And and I don't really eat a whole lot of poultry, but I eat a lot of fish and vegetables.
What type of vegetables would you be eating?
I love some Brussels sprouts, asparagus, broccoli, really anything, peppers, onions. I like them all.
Okay.
Cauliflower.
So you say that you don't eat really red meat. Do you do anything for a supplement to that besides the fish?
Besides fish, I eat a lot of beans.
A lot of beans? Okay.
Yeah.
What would a typical breakfast be for you?
Breakfast, I usually have myself a fruit smoothie with some protein powder in it. I mix it in there with the fruit. Get my nice servings of fruit, and I put some kale in it. Sometimes I'll have a boiled egg white.
And how about for lunch?
For lunch, usually I make myself a salad.
Okay. And dinner?
Brown rice, maybe 1 or 2 vegetables, and salmon. Or that's on average. I eat that maybe like twice a week.
Okay. And how much water would you say you drink in a day?
Probably not enough.
Not enough? Okay.
We can all drink more water, they say.
I agree.
Maybe like 40 ounces.
Okay.
Trying to think of my water bottle, and I think it's 20 ounces, so 40 ounces.
All right. Do you have any caffeine intake?
I have tea.
Tea?
I do drink some tea.
How often?
I drink a cup of tea every day.
Every day?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's black tea, sometimes it's green tea. Sometimes the tea doesn't have caffeine, but I do drink a cup of tea every day.
Okay. And in regards to alcohol consumption, how much do you drink?
I drink wine.
Wine. And about how much or how often would you say you do that?
I have a glass of wine with dinner every day.
And how big is the glass, would you say?
It's just a regular
Regular?
glass.
Okay. That's good. It's an actual, like wine glass and
Mhm.
stuff? Okay. All right. And how much do you currently smoke, or do you have any tobacco use?
I do smoke.
Do you smoke? Okay.
Yeah, I smoke. I smoke cigarettes.
Okay. How much a day would you say you smoke?